These events are, they're tough for me emotionally, because it's one thing to sit in an office and talk about feeding kids, but you come out here and these kids would be hungry, and just by simply feeding them, we're giving them a better chance, and I'm really glad I came. And what they're doing, the WARM program in Westerville, which has been around for 40 years. It's funded by private donations. I mean, it's great. It's great. So give these kids a chance. And and the backpack program is really fantastic, because they get to take home, I don't know, 6 or 8 meals for the weekend, that if they didn't get this food, many of them would not eat. They just wouldn't have anything to eat. And the backpack program is so great. My wife really found it, or really has embraced it, because what allows them to do is to have great pride and still be able to get help. It's a fantastic thing.
So how much more money can you come up with for this kind of thing?
Well, we look at it all the time. We've done pretty well. It's been a couple million here lately, and we're always looking. And when what the food bank people tell you is just it's an unlimited amount. So what we do is, when we see the crisis, we go and try to figure out how to fund it. Kim can give you the details of what we've done, but we just are funding now the summer food program and the backpack program. This backpack program is funded by us, and we'll keep looking. And when we're going to do the best we can, Mark, at all times on this.
Did you say there was going to be more federal funding available?
Well, there are programs. We think there may be some programs out there that we might be able to access. And I got to check out all the details. Ann Gonzalez has some legislation to access some of this, and I called the speaker and said, look, we think there's some money out there. So again, you have to look at the details, but I've got Jimmy Shepard hot on the trail, and we'll see what we can do, because we don't want to leave. Look, if there are federal programs to feed people, we're not talking about a high-speed train here, train to nowhere. We're talking about being able to get help, and some of our tax dollars back here to help our children. So we're going to see what we can do. We're not going to leave any stone unturned here.
Advocates of these kinds of programs say that the state itself, not the federal government, the state itself is building up what could be a surplus of several $100 million. What about tapping that?
Well, look, again, you've got to remember the bulk of what we want to do is to get people to work. And this economy is rickety and shaky. And the last thing I want to do is put us back in the hole where we got to go back and do a lot more of the cost savings that we've had to do. So you build up a surplus. You don't go fritter away the surplus. That's how we got into this mess to begin with, and now we're pulling out of it. The real key here is job creation. That's what will help these folks. Okay? All right.